Okay, so had a little bit of a fender bender going on there. Let's take a look through, seeing what's going on. This is actually not as bad as could have been. So it looks like I'm just taking little pieces off as we go. There's a standoff there. I gotta look up to see where everything goes. This, I believe, goes like that, something like that. But this will be a good little project. So I need the plastic front bumper. I guess it did its job. Looks like it did its job. I have to look up to see what connects these two, because this looks like it collapsed in the way it's supposed to. But basically, bumper is out. So these bumpers are all plastic. So really the next step is going to be to, oh, and this is actually good. This got saved. It's going to save me a decent amount of money. Save the grill. License plate popped off. I don't know where that sits on, but it's somewhere on the front, obviously. The faux fog lights. This one looks good. There's going to be some connections that are going to have to be replaced. What's great about new cars, or newer cars, this is a 2005, is that they're all made out of plastic, pretty much on the front end. Not a whole lot that you really have to do. So I'm going to check one other very important thing. Make sure that it runs and that it's not showing any, we're not getting any lights on it. Got to check engine light, but I had that before, so not really that worried, to be honest with you. It's O2 sensor issues. So seems like it's running okay. And the catch for the hood actually still works. No liquid coming out, that's good. That's just a piece of plastic. And really, it looks like just a couple of fins on the AC. To be honest with you, I'll just, not worry about, what's this? This is power steering cooler, like a cooler loop, power steering. So, I'll have to check to see what those standoffs are. The front bumper standoffs. Sure somebody's got it. Look at all the little pieces of plastic in there. And now I get to have a cool car with a different colored front bumper. So, it's alright, I'd already scratched it up from other things anyway. Side light works, that's good. Both side lights work. So, this popped out. Huh. This looks like these are just, I have no idea what these pieces of plastic are for. But I'm gonna look up to see what most people will replace. I might have to check the book to see what the book says. But I'll get this plastic bumper off and we'll see what else looks like needs to be replaced, and we'll have to source a front bumper and those two bumper standoffs. I have no idea what they're called, but that'll be a fun little project. All plastic, so it should be pretty easy and pretty clean work, which is kind of nice. Maybe I'll shine the headlights, or maybe I'll see how much it costs for new plastic headlights. Well, if I end up at a junkyard to find a bumper. Okay, now I'm just gonna start taking what's left of the front bumper off. Got a bag. I try to keep all my screws in one bag, and let me see what it looks like when I'm done. I'm just gonna listen to music while I'm doing this. This is really just kind of boring work. taking the bulbs out of the side markers here, just so I don't pull them out.
These little push ones underneath. There's some, looks like a pushing peg. Let's save it just in case. Little clips and stuff that we're going to have to transfer over to the new bumper, I'm sure.
Interesting. There's some clips that I'm probably going to have to transfer over. These actually look like some riveted in pieces. This piece is riveted in partially, so I don't know how that's going to work out. The lights are obviously going to be moved over, but otherwise not a whole lot really holding this in place. I'm going to save everything until I have the new piece and basically have it in place. Looking through, I gotta look it up. I think that metal piece I have sits between that and that. I don't know. It's the only place I could see it going. So whenever I see the bumper support, it's this piece down here. It looks like it just hit there and there and there. The other car had almost no damage. It's a Mercedes. But probably the little tiny bit of damage that they had probably is going to cost a heck of a lot more than this. So let's see. I don't see anything major behind there. I might just try to bend those out. There's a little piece of plastic in that. I wonder if these will just bend out and if that metal piece goes right back in there. Let's some pliers and try that out. Let's take a look around. Still, I see no actual damage. Just the nothing there. Fins got a little dented there and there, but like nothing otherwise from what I see. Some cracks on the plastic air box. And that's popped out, so I can just pop that back in. Well, I will, but it's not quite that easy. All right, so let me get that metal piece. I'll see how that fits in, if it does. Maybe some pliers and a hammer, and I could probably get these close to normal, or at least somewhat close. Looks like it's something they put in there to try to protect things. Let me see what that looks like. Okay, I can see exactly where this piece actually goes. It goes right up here. And there's little plastic pieces that I saw before, like push-through pieces. Those are what held this in place. So yeah, that's got to be there to clear that. So that probably just, yeah, oh, those are assembly marks or not. I could probably just put some of the push-through plastic button things through there. No idea what they're called. Put that back in place. For some reason I thought that was connected to this. But I think these are made for front impact tampering. We'll see. I guess the next step is to just wait for the new bumper to come in. For now, I'll put all the pieces in the back. Expecting snow tonight, so might be a couple days. I ordered a new bumper, believe it or not, from Walmart.com, so we shall see. Couldn't believe that they offered it, obviously, as a reseller or something, but we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so my bumper came in from Walmart. And here's the bumper, and it came in this box with some, they have all these things saying, you know, hey, it might be, it's folded upon in on itself, which, you know, obviously it is. They say you can use a hairdryer, but I haven't unraveled this yet, so I have no idea. Hopefully it's the right bumper. Ooh. They say you can use a hairdryer, but I'm lucky because I have one thing in my basement. It's still wintertime and I have one thing in my basement that might help. I have heat that's coming out of a direct vent system just for the basement. That looks right. But basically, I'm in here somewhere, I swear. Say in the directions that you can put it out in the sun, and it'll basically, you know, kind of push itself out. So what I'm going to do, this looks right, what I'm going to do is actually put it in front of the heat for a little bit and let it kind of soften up a little bit. The other thing you could do is you could use a hairdryer and just kind of work the seams and everything. But if you think about it, these things go on and they're kind of, you know, they're kind of like, you know, wobbly. There's a spot there that I'm going to have to rivet a hard plastic piece onto. I saw that before already. And actually, and I see the reinforcements for the license plate and the font behind the front here, so the little area for the license plate. My license plate was held in with a couple of screws, which was so very nice. I'm not going to paint this, so let me put it in front of the heat a little bit. There are little imperfections. The other thing they say in the video is if you see any imperfections, don't worry about it because it's just going to get painted over anyway. But not yet for me. I'm going to put it on like this, so it'll look like a nice, classy two-tone paint. Yeah, it does have some scratches in there already. That part actually goes under, so it's not really that big of a deal. But for $140, I think it was brand new. It's not bad. I'll put it in front of the heat. I'll bring it back after it's been baking for a little while. It does kind of stink a little bit too, so might not be a good idea. I'll see if everyone in the house gets annoyed at me. All right, put it in front of the heat, see what it does. Okay, so I've laid out my new bumper. Just to give you an idea, that bumper came in this box. So I don't know how, but it did. It's mostly unfolded. I put it in front of like my heat inside. It's still chilly and snowy and kind of nasty out here today. So I've got a hair dryer to help work out any of the kinks as we go along. I'm gonna start by popping these little faux pieces back in. See how they line. Actually, they line up pretty darn well. Might have to take some pieces apart. Yeah. So it looks like I'm gonna have to take these apart and put them in 2 pieces. I'm gonna have a black. Well, I'm gonna have a gray bumper. The problem is you touch this to anything and it just scuffs right up. It really needs paint to protect it. I'll do that, you know, when it gets a little bit warmer and nicer out. But for now, this will work for what I need to do. Let me start putting some things together for this. So I got to take these pieces apart because they go in separately. This is right side? Yeah, that's the right side. Most of this is just, you know, screwdriver. Probably this would be a good time to clean everything. But yeah, I just want to get the car drivable for now. And then in the spring, maybe summer, I'll take the bumper back off and attempt to paint it. I'm a really bad painter though, so I don't know. So that's the part of the bumper that this part stayed with. It is like the part of the bumper that you can see this goes here. It's part of that there. So this should be pretty straightforward. Yeah, this looks mostly, no, it's not, the clips aren't all perfect, but go. Okay. Oh. It's coming from the back. Yeah, it comes in from the back. Alright. There's some little tabs that hold it in place. Along with the screws. Probably shouldn't do that so hard. Run the risk of cracking something. Let's see here. There we go. So I'm just checking from behind to make sure that it's actually threading through the proper hole. There we go. one's going through. It appears to be going through at least. These are just plastic on plastic, so you don't have to kill these, tightening them down. But you can see, try to zoom in a little bit on this one. You can see how that's not really perfect, right? And I have to get these pieces to line up with that slot in between. So if you had fog lights, this is where the fog lights will go. This is just a little, this is the part of the bumper that is left behind. So if you had fog lights, they'd go in here. I mean, I guess this would be a time if you really wanted to, you could open up the back and put fog lights in, but I don't really need that. Ain't got time for that. Let's see here. So this piece goes from behind. It's odd because the bottom piece is coming from behind, the top piece is coming from the front. Woo. That's good. This has already got a dig in it on the top here, so it's not going to be perfect. So this piece is the part that actually captures the screw. So it actually goes on top of all three of these. That one's not going in right. It doesn't look like. Let's see. Part of this is because this bumper still isn't, you know, well, technically bumper cover is not fully, you know, straightened out. So I guess if you have some problems here, you could take, they say take a hairdryer to it. They say you could also just put it out in the sun. I guess that depends on how sunny and hot it gets where you live. But I mean, the car's out in the sun all the time anyway, so it should be okay. It's just starting to catch the threads. Let's see. Yeah, that helped to align it. So I got one to start to catch the threads, and it kind of pulled everything together. I got a couple more things to put in. There's some flat plastic pieces that connect. They just kind of slide into little clips back here, and they are riveted to these pieces here. Right here. I can show you them on the old bumper. So this is the passenger side one. Basically, it's just got these two little rivets here that hold it in place, and it helps to give some structure. It also, I don't know if that shows on the video or not, it also keys into a little tab up there. So I still have to take the lights off as well. The lights are single screw. So what I have left are the side marker lights, these two structural pieces, and then the little mini grill, lower grill. Ooh. And so I guess the next tool I'm going to need is a drill and a pop rivet gun. I mean, you could put it back together with screws, but I'm just going to use a pop rivet gun. So I'm going to go grab those tools. I'll be right back. Yeah. Let's see if these drill out easily. Probably need to put a punching hole. Oh, well, no, they pull out more easily. Nice. All right, so this one goes. That went like this over there. Then lay this piece out. So that matches up to there. That went there, and it's going to go here. Wow, these are like way off. All right, not that simple. I think it helps to give structural integrity to it. And yes, I was wearing eye gear when I was using my pop rivet gun. There's actually something else up here that I have to take out. Slip. Yeah, I got to drill that out too. Or rather, I was wearing eye gear when I was using my drill through the pop rivets. Huh. See if I can do this without destroying them. Man, I don't think these pop rivets are long enough. Nope. They're not sized correctly for this application. Alright. Well, regardless, I gotta take these other ones out. There's a little plastic clip there too that comes out. So that rivets out. trying to just use the drill. Wrong tool for the job there. These are some sort of clip ends. So this clip goes here. And this little metal bracket kind of holds into the flap. And I gotta get myself some small screws here. I'll try another rivet on this and see how well it works. Probably not well. Look like this one, at least the ones in the front were just too short to do the job. This one's going all the way through. That one actually did work. Alright. I'll try to keep track of how many of these I use so that I'm not peeling pop rivets out of my tires later, or peeling the stems out of my tires later. Okay, so while I have the drill out, got this bracket for the other side. Try to capture all the metal pieces so I don't get them all in my tires. Wrong tool for the job again. I really need to set up a little workshop. Alright, well, gun's wrong on that one. I'll get a little hammer pliers for that. I don't know what the hell's going on with all these crows in the background. They're either laughing at me, or they're waiting for me to kill myself or take a finger off or something. Or both. Could be both. Oh, they stopped. Yep. I'm in here, I'm going to take these lights out. These lights are really easy. So, one screw. The housing basically just pops out like that. And there's a little clip right here. That clip goes on the new one. This is just it's one of those, I don't know what they're called, like the split clip things where you could slide it over a piece of bodywork. Gives you something to actually screw into. I don't know why that was driving me nuts, but the pop rivet end was stuck in there. This should sit here. And I have to find some little screws for that. There's a little clip that holds this in place as well. Almost done with this. Let's see. Get the pieces from the other side here. I'll take this clip off, and I got to take this lens off, side marker off. Well, these side markers come off almost too easily. Good design if you're working on it. I guess nobody's really stealing these. Oh, that's easy. All right, so that's in, that's in. Get the flathead and pop this one off. Okay. That bumper is done. Well, I'm done with it at least. Let's see here. Really not a bad idea to use a vise or a bench or something. If you do it like this, you will eventually shove a hot drill bit through your hand. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. Alright, that worked. Basically, I heated it up. I spun it around until it heated up enough to just loosen up and let go of that. This piece goes here. Need two little pop rivets on that side, one more on that side. One didn't come out so great, but so well, that worked pretty well. I was wondering if that would work. So the rivet it didn't make it past everything. I kind of like started to collapse it before it was through both pieces. So since this is pretty malleable, I put the drill up to it, spun it, get a little bit of friction going, and I did that. So we'll get a new, I'm going to get the hairdryer connected and just kind of flatten this one side out, put some of these pieces together, and figure out what I'm going to do with the for bolts. So there. I think I got one last thing to take apart. Oh yeah, while I have the drill out, one last thing to drill apart, and that's this one for this side. Get that done. Put some tools away at least. Get the hair dryer on this, try to flatten it out, and put something in there. Put another rivet on that side. Pieces are kind of flexing back and forth. I think once everything's together and on the car, it should hopefully be a little bit better. We'll see. This almost looks like the lower grill is recessed too much, but I'll find out eventually, I guess. Okay, so puddles of water in a hair dryer. I'm sure there's a diagram somewhere with a line for not doing this. you can see how this is kind of buckled up here. Going to apply some heat. Okay, so that was a bad extension cord. So oh, it's hard to get a grip on this while holding it down. Almost. Well, I don't have to get a bolt for that one. Alright, I'll get a bolt from that. Let me find something that'll fit that. So I'm still trying to find a bolt small enough for this. For now, I'm getting this other little plastic support on. I'm going to do that with just some old bolts that I had lying around. Some of this is going to have to be heated some more. Get it to all kind of come together. And yeah, normally you'd put a rivets for this. So yeah, I did open this up today. But I know there's nothing underneath this that it will interfere with. These, I'm not quite sure. Just trying to find the smallest bolt possible so I don't have any interference issues. That's holding that in nice and tight. So I'll hit this with a hairdryer. I don't have to hit a lot of this with a hairdryer. Hit this with a hairdryer and do the same on the other side when I get to it. I'll find a little screw or bolt or something. I even tried using a clamp to hold it together. It just didn't work. This screw is actually the right size all the way down. So it looks like that might interfere with where this clips into the side of the body. There's a little plastic clip. So I don't want to do that. I just basically want to get it as short as possible. If I have to, I'll take this bolt and I'll cut it down. Like there. So let me try to figure something out. I'll come back and I have that in. And I'll put the other side in right now too. Okay, hopefully this isn't too hard to see. There's everything's in place. I got a little screw on that, and this little plastic, I guess, stabilizing piece has one little clip. And this is the same clip that holds these little side pieces on. That goes in right here. And there's one for each side, but I can only find one of them. So the other one's probably somewhere on the ground where the car took a dive. That's basically it. The next thing to do really is to work on trying to find out if there are any other pieces here that might have broken, because I do have these pieces that are broken off and I don't know where they are from. I might be shy a few pieces, but should hold itself in. Next thing to do is to get to heat up some of the area where the grill insert goes. So right there. So we're looking at the back. The grill insert goes from behind. It gets clipped in, it looks like. Not sure entirely, but that's what it looks like. So this is kind of wobbly all around. I can't tell which way is up on this. To be honest with you, but looks like 2, 3. Yeah, so it looks like I got to kind of widen this out a little bit in the middle. Okay. Now, what if it'll all fit? So I'm going to put that little side brace in first, or top brace in first, and then I'll do a test fit. Okay, hood's up. I'm going to show you the next piece that I'm going to work on. That is this metal support right here. I'm going to use some of these retaining clips, the plastic retainers. Because the ones that were in there got destroyed. All they do is just like push through ones. So we got the split. I've got some of the split ones in here. This one will go up to 10 now. This is just oops. That's actually, that's good. Those are probably, yeah, those are 10 mil holes. Looks like. All right. There. That. Oh, that one does not want to go through, which is probably a little bit good. Tap hammer will work. This will work too. Okay, gonna need a hammer. This is a hammer I like to use for some body. Alright, that's in there now. Something I like to use for some of the body work clips, like taking hog rings out and stuff like that. Okay, I'm gonna try to fit it up and in next. Hopefully this just isn't seams of like that. So let's see what happens. No, probably not yet. Oh, this piece is up to get close. Well, it fits, so that's a plus. Those pieces I just put in have to go through everything, so. Those will be the ones I start off with, I guess. Yeah, it's something I should have checked first. Good. Okay, I'm gonna get the right tool for that. Okay, couldn't find the body panel tool, so instead I used a pair of vice grips and a stopper. Pretty much working. So probably a two-person job. I don't know why I keep popping up. Okay, these side pieces go pop and they're in. Really. Really nice. They just. Oh, that's part of the problem. That side support piece over here is not in the right place. And it's not perfect. I have to say it's a hell of a lot better than it looked before. So the next step is going to be connecting popping everything in underneath and in each of the wheel wells. Oh, I gotta put two more up there. There's two more spots to fill in. Try some 9.5s because that 10 was a little tight. Yeah, I think that's right. I think the 9.5 is right there. Okay, so I can actually close the hood. And now it looks like it's almost like it's a car again. So I will get some connections from underneath going next, and then I will get the connect everything from the from within the wheel wells, and then I just basically have to drill some holes for my license plate, because for some reason there's no license plate provision there. I don't know why. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break and be right back. Okay, my coffee break is over. You notice that, well, you will notice when I climb underneath that I've changed shoes. There are three little pieces for this bottom piece to kind of go through. These are screw-ins. So basically what happens is this goes through the hole, mushrooms out, and when this goes in, the threading just goes, the threading of it, it's threaded on the inside rather, so as this goes in, it helps to push this out. There's three of them. These are real simple. And that should help to hold things into place a little bit better. It's going to be a little bit off, it looks like, until it sees some heat cycles. But look at that. That's all up there and then down here. But it's better than what it was. Better than how it was before, so I'm not complaining. Once again, if I hadn't said it already, this is a $140 Walmart bumper. Well, not Walmart, but you know, reseller by Walmart. So somebody was reselling through Walmart, and this cost $140. Shipped to me in 2 days, so can't complain really that much. Okay, sometimes those just push right into place. Yeah. Sorry, I'm wrong. These aren't threaded. These are just, you put a Phillips head screwdriver in it, push them up into place. Nice and tight though. Right. Next, I move to the side here, and I'm going to have to use. So I've got screws for the side, and yeah, let's see. Got some extra screws I might not need. I've got 2 screws to kind of bring the corners up into place, and put the camera in a place where I can actually show that a little better. Okay, so the first thing I need to do on the side here is kind of pull this out and up and in place. Here, this isn't really fitting that great in here. It's kind of hard to show what I'm talking about here. Let's see. The gap's kind of wide there, right? Don't mind those. Apparently those will just happen. That's just the way it is. Pull this out. And it looks like that all goes up and inside. Well, it's weird. It's like, probably should have taken note before I took this all apart. But actually, no matter what I do, that's going to be pushed off because of that. Alright, well, it's not going to be perfect, but remember, yeah, being able to get to this a little bit more easily. Yep, that goes through there. So I think this is just going to be a, for now, kind of connection. And this is pretty far from perfect here. It's not like it's on backwards, because I can't really put it on backwards. So does it go higher? No, that inner tub doesn't go any higher. I think it goes inside. Well, no, maybe it goes outside here. You can't see any of what I'm talking about, though. I think that's it. That's as close as it's going to get. Let's see here. That's good sound. Alright, maybe I should stop and look and see what I'm doing. Oh. Not even in the right spot. Okay. That's the right spot. Oof. This thing is way off. It is like for a different model. I don't know what to do with this. You know what? I wonder if I could just... Now let me show you this again. If you look over here, this like standoff is like way off. It should be in a lot further and it should be a lot flatter. So I'll put this in place for now. This is not going to be the final version though, because this is just all kinds of off. And I mean, even look at the, see where the screw hole is? See how far out that is versus where the flange is? I have a piece of the bumper that matches up to this. Well, let me see if I still have that. So it does look about right, kind of, but it's definitely a lot further out. How far out that is versus that. So what I'll do for now is I'll just, like I said, I'll lock it in place the way it is, and I'll just know that there is, that curve doesn't look right either. I'll just know that there's, yeah, this just, I mean, the paint obviously makes it look different, but this just isn't quite an exact match. So I'll lock it in place there, and then down below, there's a little clip right there that I'll use one of the little push button things through there. And that should lock it all in place. Oh, you know, good thing I remembered this. Very important to, let's see if you can see this. Put your side marker light in there. So, heck, now would be a great time to put a replacement in if I had one, but, ow, but I don't. So, what I'm going to do eventually is take this off and paint it. So when I do, hopefully this will be a little bit, I'll be able to get this, you know, shaped a little bit better. So I'm probably going to have to do some plastic welding where you cut that off and recess it and see if I can get that at least closer. This is never going to be right because, I mean, look at the distance here versus here. Look at how thick and fat that one is. This one's thin. So, not a perfect match. Once again, 140 bucks. So, not really complaining that much about it. Okay, let me get that tightened in, and I will bring you around when we're all done. We'll see how it looks from each angle. Okay, so here is the end result. You got some gaps that are pretty far off in the front. You got a really bad gap back here. But everything seems to be on okay. This seems to be a little, got a little bit of a divot going on there. I'm not really worried about the top. So, you know, once the sun hits this for a little while, it should even out some. I got easy to say, right? Mismatched screws for my license plate, but nothing looks like it's gonna rub or anything. I'll pop the hood one last time, take a look. Okay. It looks okay. I mean, it's a different color, obviously, which I kind of expected. These clips keep kind of pushing themselves out a little bit, but with time, those will get in there and stay in there. But otherwise it looks okay. So the last thing to do really is to take it for a test drive, which I'm not going to videotape. Ooh, almost left that in there. That would have been bad. That would have definitely fallen into one of the belts for sure. Oops. So I'll put my license plate on because I live in New York. I need a front plate. Basically that's it. As long as you don't look at this side, you know, it looks phenomenal here. From up top, it's like a selfie, right? You gotta look at it from up top. It looks awesome. But I'll get some paint on it in the spring or the summer or next year. And oops, sorry. And pretty much that's it. So thank you very much for watching. Thanks for sitting through all this. Hopefully this inspires you to do your own easy work like this. It's pretty simple. I was really amazed that they fit that whole thing in that box, but they did, and apparently all you need is a hairdryer. So hopefully this helps you figure out how to do it for yourself. And I just figured this out as I went along, so this isn't a how-to or anything, but less educational, more entertainment. So yeah, try to fix it yourself. See if you can do it. It only costs, once again, 140 bucks. Not painted, but 140 bucks. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video, like I said, and see if I can paint it and make it look, you know, like it's supposed to be there. All right. Thanks very much for watching.